your powerful technologies are having unintended consequences, even ones that you didn't intend or did not imagine. Once you come to grips with them and know about them, you can no longer be absolved of responsibility. At the point in which, even if you didn't intend, things are transpiring, it becomes responsibility becomes inescapable.
Okay.
So I've talked about the first inning in tech, and let's assume that there was a time in which tech was associated with all these marvelous things.
Yeah.
And it so intoxicated us and marveled us is that we overlook some of the dark underbelly and downsides. And it seems like 2017 is the year, give or take, that we are much more in touch with the ways in which technology is a force for harm.
Yeah.
And division.
Yeah.
And addiction and isolation and loneliness and all sorts of things. Now that we're in this second inning, where we're seeing that technology in and of itself is not just a force for good, but it's a force for good or bad. It could be that the same market forces that made us compete to scale are now going to create differentiation, where some leaders in Silicon Valley and beyond are going to say, we get it.
Yeah.
We're the good guys.
Yeah.
We are going to be more responsible. Our approach to privacy is this. Their approach to that is that they're not going to be willing to be lumped together.
Yeah.
And some will adopt Spider-Man ethics, that with great power comes great responsibility, and they will try to compete on the ways in which they manifest this responsibility.
Yeah. I accept that.
Potentially. Well, you live in Silicon Valley. Do you see any of that happening? You mentioned Apple before.
I mean, look, there are a lot of people who are very, very unhappy. I mean, I've become quite friendly with a guy called Roger McNamee. I don't know if you know him. Yeah. He was the general partner at Elevation Partners. They were Bono's VC fund, very influential technologist, made one of the early investors in Facebook, so made a fortune on that one. Very close to Zuckerberg, introduced Cheryl to Zuckerberg and blah, blah. And in the Trump election, he suddenly woke up to the fact that Facebook was contributing, and this was before all the Cambridge Analytica stuff came out, that this was exposing, destroying democracy. So he began to speak out more and more explicitly. I did an event with him at BetaWorks down the street a couple of weeks ago here. He's teamed up with a young fellow called Tristan Harris, who was, quote unquote, a design ethicist at Google, who came to the realization that much of what was going on in Google and Silicon Valley was designing addictive products to exploit people. And these guys are working together and Harris has an interesting idea of sort of forcing or requiring software designers to sign a Hippocratic oath, to make, like doctors, to make sure that they don't create immoral products, the products